tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy day. Happy Tuesday. One more share. Wrong button. Oh, too far. There we go. Okay. Nobody here yet? All right. I'm going to check something then. Kind of getting in trouble with the changes I've been making over at DACA. Not in trouble, but I'll give them a call. I just like to make sure that they understand that things are being changed, and because I go to a lot of meetings and I try and hit different meetings, different Zoom meetings in Colorado because that's where I live, and it's where I'm trying to get to know people, let them know about the club, things like that. And a lot of times I'll go to Zoom meetings and I'm the only one there. I'm the only one there. So, yeah, I like to keep them updated. Hi, Kitty. I'm glad you could join us, Sebastian. Why don't you just go ahead and sit on my lap? Why don't you just go ahead and do that? Huh? Somebody wants some attention, and he wants it now. Okay, come here, bud. All right. Can you just sit there and be pet? Okay, then we can do that. I'll act like I'm an evil genius. $1 million. All right. I understand that. I get that. You know, before I came on here, I was kind of thinking about something, and you know, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just going to use Super Bowl because everybody knows it. Example, and people are like, oh, it's rigged, and why can nobody have anything good anymore without the rest of the world bitching and complaining about how it's not right, and it's this and it's that, and we have to put our sticky little fingers in it? Why can't we just allow people to have good things? Why is it tough for us to let other people succeed even though we may have not? Let's do introductions. We're going to do introductions. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm going to be your host, along with Sebastian, who's keeping my lap warm at the present moment. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. It's a daily reflection. It's for everyone. And this is where we just kind of come and we talk about shit. We talk about stuff. So today we're going to be reading from today's daily reflection. It tells us to go to As Bill Sees It, and As Bill Sees It tells you to go 12 by 12. I don't know why they just didn't say 12 by 12, because that's what it leads back to. And it's because they want to include another book. I get it. Bye-bye. I guess he had enough. So he got what he needed, and now he's gone. Like everybody in my life, they just leave. So we cannot think our way sober. Man. I mean, if we could, there'd be no need for AA. And that's part of the challenge that's actually presented in alcoholism and in our disease. Okay. The smarter you are, the harder time you may have at this program I'm cleaning. I cannot handle this book situation anymore. I can't find nothing, so it's all got to be put where it's supposed to be. Some of these books I don't even know why I have them here out, but it seems like the smarter we are, the harder time we have with the program, right? Because intellect always wants to take over. It always wants to take over, man. This was a neat little thing that I got, the Big Book Dictionary. Amber gave this to me. It's come in very handy with our meetings. All right, Dion feels a little bit more organized. There we go. Okay. So let's get to this. What is it about our intellect? What is it about our intellect that actually opposes the natural order of things? I think I'm making words up. Okay, let's do what we can. I think I'm just stringing words together today. Now we come to another kind of problem: the intellectual, self-sufficient man and woman. To these many AAs can say, yes, we were like you, far too smart for our own good. We'd love to have people call us precocious. Okay. Now, some people that feel they are a classification, okay, where you will hear things like, I was a functioning alcoholic. Okay. That is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a functioning alcoholic. If you are a functioning alcoholic, you would be what we call a normie. If you were a functioning alcoholic, you would be able to drink like normal people. That is what we consider a functioning alcoholic. There's no such thing. Okay. I do not separate myself from everybody else in the group by classifying what kind of drunk I am. And if we want to have a competition, I'm going to win. I drank with bums at 18, and I've drank with millionaires in my 30s. Okay. Okay. I yelled at Simon Cowell once. Yeah. He was being a dick, so I was a dick back. You bet. I don't tolerate shit from anybody when I'm drinking. Mm-mm. You know what's cool, though? That guy, I have a lot of respect for that man. I do. I have a lot of respect for Simon Cowell. I'm not big on what he does or whatever, but he changed his attitude around because I met him and he was a dick. I mean, a true narcissistic dick. Okay. Then he had children and he changed. Good on him, man. Good on him. I wish I could go back and make an amends. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. All right. We used our education to blow ourselves into prideful balloons, though we were careful to hide this from others. Yeah. Okay. People would think that I was highly educated, and I would let them think that. I actually am. I'm highly educated. I educated myself. Okay. I spent about 3 months in high school. I wasn't there very long. I got my GED when I was 17th and I scored in the 95th percentile. I graduated long before any of my other peers. Okay. Learning has not been a problem for me. In fact, I learn at a different scale than other people. I learn very, very quickly. Very quickly. I've had to in this life. I've had to process information very quickly because it'll be gone in a few short moments from the world that I lived in. Okay? I grew up in this system. Okay? I started out by growing up in white suburbia. At the age of 14, I would have to learn how to deal with Crips and Bloods. It was quite a transition. And it made me extremely dangerous. It did. I became better at the negativity I was pulling. That's what happened to me. That's what happens when you're in the system. Not always. Not always. There are several success stories. Pueblo Rescue Mission is one of those here. Okay. Secretly, we felt we could float above the rest of the folks on our brain power alone. Scientific progress told us there was nothing man couldn't do. Knowledge was all powerful. Okay. So when I'm drinking, knowledge did me no good. Okay. After 12 years of sobriety, I went out. And I was out for 15 years. Okay. And I almost didn't make it back. I knew all this. This is not new information to me. I've been in the program since I was 14 years old. I know about the program. I was a drug and alcohol counselor at the age of 20. I've done a lot of stuff. Okay. But all that self-knowledge did nothing for me once I intentionally put alcohol in me. All that knowledge, gone. I could access it. But what I couldn't do was apply it. I couldn't apply it. Alcohol, when you are in your cups, you can't. It doesn't work. I had so much knowledge that I would get other people sober. Several of them are still sober. They have a lot more sobriety than I do. I made it back. Thank God. I made it back. So that knowledge, okay, once we hit the 10th step and we can use our brains again, knowledge becomes power again, because now our knowledge is going to be in line with God, and knowledge becomes power again. Okay. But not the kind of power that we thought, but the kind of power that influences people to do the right thing. Okay. Instead of speaking our knowledge, we let our actions show who we are and what it is that we do. Okay. The key here is to walk your walk, then talk. Don't talk about it and then go walking, because that's going to turn into a different experience that is laden with expectation, and that ain't going to work. Okay. You cannot expect anything. Really can't. Especially when it comes to people, places, and things. Life happens. Okay. Like today, Amber was going to chair, but she's not feeling well. She tried to feel better. Even then, I would have told her to stay home. She doesn't need to be doing that. No worries. It's not that big of a deal. Life happens. There's a reason for it. Maybe God's saying she needs to slow down, and then maybe she's not supposed to share them. See, who knows what God's doing? Who knows? But we can accept these changes in our lives as they come along now. So, but we're off topic. Intellect would conquer nature. Ha! Good luck at that. Nature gonna kick your butt. Nature will kick your butt. Mother Nature will put your ass right back where you belong. Okay. So good luck with that one. All right. Since we are brighter than most folks, so we thought, okay, just because I might be a little bit more intelligent does not mean I'm smarter than other people. That is not what that means. Mm-mm. The spoils would be ours for the thinking. See, for the thinking. There's no action in any of this. It's just a thought process. For me, it was. I never put any action into any of this, right? The God of intellect displays the God of fathers. But again, John Barleycorn had other ideas. Okay. John Barleycorn is alcohol. Okay. Not everybody knows that. That's what we've been talking about, honesty in our step study. And one of the things I'm not totally honest with myself about is I tend to think everybody knows what I know. So I just go on my merry way. So I've been trying to stop and slow down a little bit on that stuff so that I don't. Okay. Because when I came in, I didn't know who. Well, I figured out who John Barleycorn was because I know that alcohol's made out of barley and corn. It wasn't that tough. But that was general knowledge back then. People don't talk and think the same way anymore. So we who had won so handsomely in the walk turned into all-time losers. We saw that we had to reconsider or die. We found many in AA who thought once as we did. They helped us get down to our right size. By their example, that's us. We're the example now. Okay? By their example, they showed us that humility and intellect could be compatible, provided we place humility first. Remember, I said knowledge becomes power in the 10th step. 10th step's all about humility. Okay. My life is nothing but, okay, this is how I work things. I start with humility. Why? The question, why am I doing this? I've got to answer that question, right? No problem. No problem. Love you. I'm glad you were here. Go help that sponsee, man. Tell him to come join us. Here's the other thing. They helped us. So by watching other people, I was able to understand that I had to right size my problems. My problems were bigger than they needed to be. When we begin to do that, we receive the gift of faith, a faith that works. This faith is for you too. The intellect. I would have to say that 99% of us fit in that category, and we like to say that we're not intelligent, but we are. See, you have to understand who you are. If you don't, you're not going to be able to do anything with it. Okay. Am I a genius? No. Am I highly intelligent? No. Can I read a book? Yeah. I can figure things out. Okay. But I don't know what my intelligence level is, and I don't care. I don't care what my IQ is. Okay. That doesn't matter to me. Even the most brilliant mind is no defense against the disease of alcoholism. Einstein, he could have been an alcoholic easily. Yeah. I can't think my way. I can't think my way sober. I try to remember that intelligence is a God-given attribute that I may use. A joy, like having a talent for dancing or drawing or carpentry. It does not make me better than anyone else, and it is not particularly a reliable tool for recovery, for it is a power greater than myself who will restore me to sanity, not a high IQ or a college degree. Now, your education has nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with it. Okay. When we all come in, we are all on equal footing. Every person walks in the same, with shame, with guilt. Okay. Whether they were told to go, forced to go, or they're on their own account, it's the same. It's the same. I didn't want to go back to AA. This isn't what I wanted. No. I wanted to keep drinking. Right? But I wasn't willing to accept the consequences anymore. I just wasn't. Okay? Now I deal with other consequences. I don't know that recovery is necessarily easier. I don't like to compare it to drinking and drugging because it's a different life. I don't know if it's easier, but it's certainly more fulfilling. It's certainly a better way of living than the way that I was. So for today, we'll remember that, yeah, I think what it comes down to for me is this. We all have common sense and we need to use it. Right? It's when people don't use their common sense that I start to get a little upset. So, but yet, God gave you that brain to use. So get to a point where you can use it. Because that's when really neat things start to happen. Because not all your ideas suck. They suck when we're drinking. I come up with my best because I was in sales. Come up with my best ideas when I was drinking. Problem is I didn't remember them, nor did I follow through. Okay, so what good does it do you? Nothing like drunken sales meetings at the house. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was good to see you all. I hope you have a great day. We have a 5:30 meeting today. Well, I don't know. It might have been changed. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace out and have a day.